Going on, people? If you get on Twitter or get on any form of social media right now, or just even watch TV, the NFC East slander has been a mess. It's been crazy to think that all these other teams can talk about us in the NFC East like we just some trash, and like we've always been trash, and like we're the embarrassment like we're the embarrassment of the league. What I don't understand is when other squads go through their mediocrity, when other divisions go through mediocrity, they don't get slandered like this. At least not that I've seen. But I think for the most part, it's people taking their shots at NFL royalty when they get a chance. And what do I mean by that? The NFC East is considered NFL royalty because every team has a ring, and some teams have multiple rings, i.e. Dallas Cowboys having 5. I believe the Giants have 3, and the Washington Redskins, I can't remember how many they have at the moment. And then the Philadelphia Eagles, the most recent to get one, has their ring. But I think it's people taking their shots and trying to poke fun at the division now that they're having an off moment. But my problem with this is the NFC East has been long. The rivalry has been long. There hasn't been mediocrity throughout the division in a long time. We have some teams where the whole division was trash for a while. Like the NFC West, like for a while, like all of them were trash. If you look at the Patriots division, they were clearly didn't have to do anything. They didn't even have to beat the division. The division was trash from the get-go. All these championships, would Brady have come out with all these championships if he was in a more competitive division? Like, these are all questions you could really ask. But it is what it is. I'm not going to harp too much on it. But here's my thing. People also, it appears people don't watch football because people don't understand what's going on with the Eagles. They don't understand Carson Wentz. It's like they just rattle off the same information that they hear everybody else say, all the talking heads say. And the worst part is the media, who should be watching these games, should be getting paid to actually watch and analyze these games and analyze statistics and all these things, do the same exact things. So it's easy for the fans to become talking heads when they're listening to the talking heads who ain't doing their research and don't understand the game. So with that said, let's move on to the topic that I'm actually doing this video about. Alright, so the Philadelphia Eagles have the Giants and Dallas Cowboys. This Thursday we got the Giants. Next week we've got the Cowboys. Technically we're playing the short week now, so we'll have ample time to rest and study up for the Cowboys, and they have their Monday night game. So I think we pretty much, they actually get more rest than us, considering all. But it is what it is. So with that said, we're going to have to play these two teams with the decimated team that we have. We can potentially win those games if we play the same way that we played the last 2 weeks, because we were able to hang 57 on the Baltimore Ravens and Pittsburgh and keep them within striking distance on defense so that we could potentially win those games. If we play the same way with the Giants and the Cowboys and do not sustain any additional injuries, we're walking into our bye week after the Cowboys game. The significance of the bye week is if Alshon Jeffrey and D-Jax don't play against the Giants or the Cowboys, they're potentially getting rest until week 10 is when we return from our bye week. So they would have gotten rest that whole entire time. I believe Dallas Godert would have a chance to come back after the bye week. I believe Jason Peters and Lane Johnson could potentially be back after the bye week. Jalen Reagor could potentially be back after the bye week. So, and I apologize for the video moving all over the place. I'm driving. But yeah, you got Jalen Reagor coming back, Jason Peters potentially coming back, Lane Johnson potentially coming back, Alshon and Desean getting enough rest that they should be prepped for the next 8 weeks of the season. Maybe nurse some injuries on defense and get some of these defensive key players back. And if we can get healthy all at the same time on both sides of the ball, then we would be going into the second half of the season with a fully rested, fully healed squad. And this is a squad who decimated, was able to hang 57 on the number 1 and 2 defense. So I don't see a reason why we can't do the same with defense 3 through defense 32 of the league. Like, if Carson's completely out of his slump and he can play consistently like he's been playing the rest of the season, and the defense is healthy and they can continue to pass rush and do the things that they've been doing the last couple of weeks, then I think we come out of the bye week pretty competitive and ready to take on anybody and ready to kill this NFC East slander, because I think we would be able to hang if those things happen, if we get those key players back, if we get healthy, if Carson is truly out of his slump and we're healthier on both sides of the defense. You get to open the full playbook and not the playbook for the decimated characters. Then I can see us having a very competitive second half. Especially if we win the East and we have a home game for the playoffs. But I would love for us to shut up the slander. I would love for us to shut up the people who think that we can end the season with 6 wins. If we get that healthy team back and Carson's out of his slump completely, 6 wins ain't all we gonna be pressing for. By the time the bye week happens, we would have had that's right now we've played 6 games. That'd be 8 games. If we could scoot out 2 wins, we would be 3-4-1. 3-4-1 going into the bye week. If everybody gets healthy, then we've got 8 games left. Obviously, there's definitely potential to win all those. And with Carson playing the way he's playing, with the defense playing the way they're playing, and if we can get those healthy characters back, we can try to push for 9+ games. Maybe we can get to that 10 win that we said we could get to. This was going to be a brutal schedule, regardless of whether things happen the way that they happen or not. And the first part of the schedule was going to be brutal regardless. We've also got the Browns in there somewhere. So, yeah, I think Arizona is winnable. If we have to run with the decimated squad, the Browns is winnable. Arizona Cardinals is winnable, and the division is winnable. That's 5 more games within the division. A game against the Browns and a game against the Cardinals. Was that 7? That would be 7 plus the win we already have. That would put us at 8. So this is just me predicting with the decimated squad. We don't get better. Things don't get better. We got to fight for everything we can get. Me saying that we can potentially beat every team in the East. Me saying that we can sneak one. No, we can definitely beat the Arizona Cardinals. And the way that the Pittsburgh Steelers was able to obliterate the Browns, I would give us a chance against the Browns as well. But if we can sneak into the bye week with 2 wins and get everyone potentially healthy, I think there's a lot more. I think the cap on this team, the amount of wins on this team could be a lot more. But this is just my thoughts. Philly fan 1987 with Bleeding Green Daily. Y'all have a great week.